was it? He was here.
Okay. I would like to ask a question specifically to her, but I think you and him may add. It may be relevant to do that. Let me start by introducing myself. I also think this will be relevant to the question. My name is Roger Alfred Yoron Modi. In South Sudan, we use 4 names. That will also be relevant later to the question, I think. So, what happened is, I practiced journalism. I've been practicing journalism in South Sudan for many years. And then I later joined the Catholic University here, studied law, though I am yet to complete some units there so as to graduate. And I've also written a book titled Freedom of Expression and Media Laws in South Sudan. It's mostly to do with the media laws there and how to improve them and so on. My question relates to the fact that a person can be wearing many shoes, the same way she said she is a journalist by profession, but then there are other things she does, including being a student. In my case, I also happen to be having many shoes. As a human being, I have a family that I come from. I have a family that I've created. I have 2 children, 2 daughters. And also, I write books. I also do journalism. You know, with journalism, given also the context of what my country is going through, there is conflict, there is issues to do with institutions, democracy, corruption, and many things. So in that context, you can see that there are challenges. And my question, which I'm directing to her, is in a sense that how do you navigate all these, being the many things that you're doing? From my side, I will try to answer, because my answer may not be the same as hers. But the issue is to make sure that young authors or people who would like to maybe undertake some of those things know that there are some challenges, and then they can decide also for themselves how to go about this. So what I always say is that challenges can vary, and that is something also they taught us in law, is that you can use other people's examples, other people's experiences, but then context matter. That precedents can help you reach a decision, but then context matter, that what worked for somebody else may not work for you, and your context may require certain efforts and all this. So that's what I always tell people, that even as I collaborated with other publishers before here in Kenya, including Writers Guild recently, though we did not go very far. So the whole thing is that I do many things, but then context matters.
And then just 1 more minute to conclude.
So yeah, my conclusion is that even when I happen to wear all these shoes, including being religious, of course, I go to church and I believe in God and I do many things. So all these things, people sometimes approach me like, how do you do this, how do you do that, how do you do all this? But then I tell them, I program myself, and there is harmony between all these things that I do, though sometimes I can't do all of them at once. So I create that harmony. So you can answer, and then others will also add. The question about the landscape, I think I should be very, very brief about it, because we also had side discussions with people like Gabriel and others. What happens is that you look at the population, for example, South Sudan, approximately 12 million at the moment, and then the literacy rate, people who read, and then you can do the math based on that. There is conflict in the country, in some parts, and then some parts are okay. And the number of authors, especially regarding books, is growing. And I should say that with some pride, because some of us also contributed in encouraging people to write and then also be champions of their own stories and so on. So regarding that, there were issues to do with printing and publishing houses and editors and then people who promote reading in general. But it's growing, I can say it's growing, and we hope things will continue to get better.
All right, wow, beautiful, thank you. And Mary, just as we finish up the panel,